Hello. This is not where. There we go. Ignore that. That. It's my porch light. Okay. Denmark. There are some interesting names on this list. There's a lot, quite a few that I appreciate. There are some that I don't like, but I can honestly say I have no hates on this list. Let's see. We'll start with the boys. Number 10 was Emil, and I kind of like this name. It's not real high on my list, but it's definitely more than a name. I don't know. I do like it. I like it, and I'm not even sure what origin this one's from, but I like it better than even Emerald. And for a while, I liked it. I liked Emerald. I was like real big into Emerald Lagasse, but I'm sorry, my cat is like digging the hole. I don't understand why. But yes, number 10 is my number 2, and it's Oliver. I love Oliver. Oh, I think Oliver is so cute. It's like it's my second favorite name. Not number 1, but it's my number 2. I love Oliver. Number 3 is Mateus. Not sure this one. It's interesting. I love, and I believe it's Italian, Matteo. I like the name Matteo. Not sure of Mateus. It's a little bit different, but it might grow on me. Number 7 is Frederic. I don't care for this one. I don't hate it, but I don't care for it. I don't like the reek sound at the end. Number 6 has been a guilty pleasure for me for a while. I've like secretly liked it, and I've never told anyone, but ever since I was little, well, not quite little, I was a little bit older, but ever since the movie Matilda came out, I have loved the name Magnus. Magnus was Miss Honey's father's name. And always, when I think of Magnus, I think of a very regal man. Not necessarily stuffy, but regal. And I like it. Number 5 is Mikkel. I don't like that one. I don't think I have yet to find a single variation to Michael that I have liked. I love the name Michael, but there are no variations to it that I like, and Mikkel is not the exception. Number 4 is Victor, and I don't care for Victor, which is really weird because I like a lot of Russian names or Russian sounding names, and you hear a lot of Viktors in Russia, and that's a name I don't care for, which is really weird because I have like an insane, unhealthy obsession with Russian names, but Victor is not one of them. Number 3 is Lucas, and I love the name Lucas. I like Luca. Love Lucas. I like the name Luke, and there have been some guys and some boys that I've met that have been named Luke, just Luke. I don't like just Luke. Luke is fine for a nickname, but I like Lucas. Number 2 is Noah, and that name has just gotten really popular. It's overly popular. I mean, it is a nice name in its own right. It's just gotten too popular for me. But I think Noah is going to be one of those names that is going to turn into a classic name, and it's just going to be around for a long, long time. I think Noah is going to turn into the next Michael. And number 1 is William. And my dad's name is William, and he is a complete ass. I've met him like 2 times in my life, and yet I still love the name William. Figure that one out for me. My mom gives me slack for it all the time. And I have a real hard time with associations as far as names concerned, but my shitty ass dad has not ruined the name William for me, which is awesome, because I do like the name William. And I can honestly say that when I have a son and I give him a nickname of William, if I use William, I like other names, but if I use William, I can honestly say I'm not naming my kid after my father. He doesn't deserve it. And some interesting names that you touched on. 3 of them I like. One of them's kind of and the other one's the first one was Tobias. I do like Tobias. I love Tobias. And I love the nickname Toby. I think the name Toby is so cute. I like Toby more than I like Tobias, but because I don't like nicknamey names, I would name a child Toby or Tobias. So, and I'm sorry, these are not numbered. The next one is Silas, and I do like Silas. It's not incredibly high on my list. It's probably like towards the 20s. Yeah, I know, I like a lot of names. But I do like Silas. I do like it. And I would consider using it. If it was like one of my husband's favorite names or whatever, I would consider using it. The next one is one of those names I'm just kind of like, huh? And it's Rasmus. I believe there's a band by this name. I could be wrong, but I think there is a band called Rasmus. The next one is a word. It's a earth weathery name, and it's Storm. I don't like it. No, don't like it at all. And the last one is Sander, and I like Sander, but I prefer Xander with a Z. And on to the girls. I don't like this first one. Never have, probably never will, and it's Laura. Next is very nicknamey, but it's a variation. It's a nickname to my number 1 girl name, and it's Sophie. I love Sophia. I like the nickname Sophie, but I am. The next one is Freya, and I heard this name for the first time probably 15 years ago. I was watching a show on Discovery Channel, and one of the kids on it, her name was Freya. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm not real sure of the spelling. I'm not sure about the J. But I do like the name Freya. The next name is Maya, and it's cute, it's okay, but it's not my style at all. The next one, I love this name, and it's Caroline. But I would probably never use it for fear of people mispronouncing it and calling my child Carolyn. I don't like Carolyn at all, but I love Caroline. I think Caroline is just so cute, and you can go with a nickname of Carol. The next one is Matilda. And this is, again, surprisingly not real high on my list. I'm okay with it, but I don't dislike it. I would consider it, but it would be very low on my consideration list. Next one is Emma, and I have a cousin who named her daughter Emma, so it's kind of unusual. But I do think it's cute. The next one is Anna, and I adore Anna. Anna is very cute, very classy, very classic. Get the nickname Annie. And yeah, I'm trying to rush this along because I'm like already at almost 11 minutes. The next one is Ida. The first thing I thought of was really old lady, which is funny considering some of the names I like. But then the next one I thought of, Idaho potatoes. So yeah, I don't. And once I get stuck on like a thought, it gets hard. It's hard for me to get rid of it, kind of like the Oscar thing. But yeah, that's just that. Ida would just be like a terrible beginning for any kind of like name calling. Not only Idaho potatoes, but Idaho. Yeah, so. And then number one was Isabella, and I used to love the name Bella. I did. I loved Bella. Until Twilight. I do like the movies. I enjoy the movies a lot. Rob Pattinson is a hot piece of ass. But I don't like Kristen Stewart. I don't like her acting style. She's very breathy. But yeah, I used to love the name Bella. I didn't particularly like Isabella, but I loved Bella. And yeah, it's like no longer usable after Twilight. You cannot use Isabella. Now here's some interesting ones that you had mentioned, and no. None of these are really, no. The first one is Lark, and when you said Lark, I didn't even read it, I was writing names as you were going. I thought, oh, and I'm not sure what her last name is, but she played, oh, who'd she play? She played the chick that Screech always wanted. Lisa Turtle, that was her name. In Saved by the Bell, she played Lisa Turtle. Her name is Lark. And I always thought that was a very ugly name. The next one is, oh my god, I should have wrote this down phonetically. I know I didn't. Alberte? Yeah, I think that was it, because I was thinking it. Because I spelt it how you would Dante, but Alberte? No. I don't hate it, but it's weird. The next one is another, like, it's very nicknamey to me, and it's also can lead into my, skip to Maloo, my darling, no. And it's Maloo, which in the next thought makes me think of Baloo, which is a big giant bear from Jungle Book. So no. and I should have rewound it, and I didn't. But I think you pronounce this as Zilka with a Z, but it's spelled with an S, so it looks like silk with an E at the end. Silka? It's either Silka or Zilka. I don't know. I kind of like them both. Either way, I like them both. Okay, well, I'm almost at 15 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye. And yeah, this was an awesome list. I like this list a lot. There's a couple in here that are a little but this is a good list. I like these.